Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs here, and this is what if Naruto had half hot and half cold part 2. Last time we left off with Team 7 actually getting attacked, and pretty much Sasuke and Tsuki getting bitten, while Team 8 actually came out of nowhere. And well, Tsuki got bitten afterwards, but Team 8 came to help, and Naruto actually chased away the snake, Orochimaru the pedo. Anywho, Sakura really did nothing, but she kinda realized that she's weak, and she was crying because she nearly lost both her teammates. Anywho, Team 8, Shino, Hinata, and Naruto are actually just guarding them, because Team 7 only has one member left, pretty much, since Tsuki is she can't fight anymore, same as Sasuke, since they're both fainted. Anywho, Naruto then senses someone coming towards them, and we all know who they are, the sound ninjas. And then once they appear, Naruto freezes them straight away. Well, not freezes them completely, most of their body, and so they can't use their arms or legs. And Naruto asks them what do they want, and they're like, "Let us go." And basically Naruto's like, "I'll let you go if you tell me. If you don't tell me, I'll kill you." And then they're like, "Really want to fight Sasuke and Tsuki Uchiha. Now let us go already." And Naruto's like, "Oh really? First, we'll take your scroll. Then, you guys run or you die. It's your choice." And they gave the scroll and they ran away, because Naruto's way too strong. If Naruto sensed them from far away, and then as soon as they appeared, he froze them with his Keke Genkai, there's no way they can beat him. There's absolutely no way. And remember, Naruto doesn't even need to do the Chunin exams. He's an Ambi already. He's a root ninja. But of course, since he wants to become a Jonin in the normal way. Anywho, then Sasuke and Tsuki actually wake up. Well, Sasuke wakes up first, and he wakes up with the curse monk on and sees Naruto, and actually goes up to him and tries to punch him, but Naruto blocked it, and is like, "What's going on, Sasuke? What do you want?" And then Sakura's like, "What are those markings?" And basically Naruto's like, and he's confused as well. But then Sasuke starts going crazy and starts attacking him. Not really attacking him properly. Out of nowhere, he just starts throwing punches and kicks, and Naruto's like, "You're not gonna beat me like that, Sasuke. I don't know what you're doing, but I'm sorry," and puts him out. Then Tsuki wakes up, and she's in pain, and Naruto's like, "Wait, what's going on?" And then he realizes that this is the curse mark. Well, not he doesn't know what the curse mark is. He realizes what is causing this, and he really doesn't have any sealing formulas for it, but he puts them both out and gives the scroll to Sakura and says that, "We'll help you go find the tower. We'll carry Sasuke and Tsuki as well. You just follow us, okay? We already have a scroll." And basically Hinata's like, "Yeah." And Hinata's using her Byakugan, checking around, and Shino has bugs all around them, and to alert them if anyone's around them. Anywho, they go and they arrive at the tower. They open the scrolls, and Iruka and Kakashi actually appear. Kakashi appears from Sakura's one, and Iruka appears from Naruto's one. Anywho, Naruto tells Iruka that what happened, and basically Iruka's like, "Is this true?" And then Sakura confirms it, and then they see Tsuki and Sasuke, and Kakashi says, "Bring them in. I can do something about it." And just saying, it's been a few hours, so they're not first, just saying. And anywho, so Kakashi actually seals away the curse mark, like in the original. You know how he was able to seal that away. Anywho, now they get a few days rest because of all the teams not coming back yet. Well, not all of them. A few teams have to still come back, and there are a few scrolls that haven't been opened yet. So technically they aren't finished yet. Anywho, a few days pass. Naruto still trains with his team and Team 7, except for Sasuke. Sakura actually joins in for once, saying that she wants to become stronger because she wasn't strong enough against the ninja that attacked them. But all of them were fighting, while she was just watching from the sidelines. So she wants to get stronger, and Naruto's like, I could teach you. And then asks Hinata, because Hinata, they're really good friends. Hinata's not crushing on Naruto, just saying. Anywho, Naruto tells Hinata if he could train Sakura in taijutsu, and Hinata's like, yeah, sure, why not? And while that was happening, Shino was still testing out new things with his bugs, while Naruto and Tsuki were just sparring partners. And of course, Tsuki really had no chance, because Naruto had the flying Raijin, the half hot and half cold. He had too many techniques. Also, he has 5 chakra. Well, for now he has. I'm pretty sure I gave him 4 chakra natures, but he will find out that he has 5 chakra natures. Anywho, a few days pass, and now the exams begin. The first fight is against Naruto and Tsuki. We start off with a banger. And Tsuki has been holding back in their sparring sessions because she doesn't want to show him everything. She didn't know if she was gonna verse him, but she was hoping she was, because she wants to be in the finals as well and win. And she doesn't believe anyone except for maybe Sasuke, Hinata, and some other people could beat him. There are other people that could, if they outsmart him. For example, Shikamaru. If he is able to get his shadow possession jutsu before Naruto gets his freezing on him, he'd be able to beat him easily. Anywho, the fight begins with just a bit of taijutsu, and it was actually really high level taijutsu from each side. Naruto actually fought like an Anbu as well, because remember, he is a root ninja, so as Kakashi could actually see this, and he's like, interesting. So he was in a route. And then Naruto says, are we done with the warm-up, Tsuki? And Tsuki said, yeah, sure, let's begin. And everyone was like, wait, what? What do they mean? And only a few people knew what they really meant. Like, Shikamaru knew that they were holding back. Ino really didn't notice. Ino was training as well, just saying. Remember, Ino wasn't really going after Sasuke all that much, anywho. Naruto and Tsuki took the fight seriously now, and Naruto says, don't hold him back, alright? And Tsuki's like, yeah, sure, and then opens her eyes with the free Tomoe Sharingan, and Naruto's like, so every time in our sparring sessions you've been holding back. Interesting. And Tsuki then replies like, like you've never used your other side. Yeah, I know you have to kick again, because basically I've heard stories. And Naruto's like, whatever, let's begin. And people could feel the tension between the two. Naruto and Tsuki were about to fight, and people could feel the pressure coming from them. Even Neji's out. Just, what is this pressure? I've never felt anything like this. And then the fight begins. Naruto and Tsuki begin with, Naruto begins with slamming his foot on the ground and actually freezing the whole, arena. Not arena, like the battleground. It wasn't the finals, just saying. It was the, where they took the preliminaries. And, the Hokage saw this and is like, interesting. Danzo really taught him well. But why did he let him go out of the route if he was this strong? And Naruto then said, I'm not done, Tsuki. And the ice actually went all the way to the railing, where people, when Naruto was clenching his hands on when Hinata got annihilated. Yeah, they even went up there, everywhere pretty much. And then Tsuki's like, interesting. He really tried to freeze me straight away. And Naruto's like, yeah, I wanted to finish it quickly. And then Tsuki actually uses her body flicker. Remember, Tsuki is the sister of Shisui Uchiha. So she would know about Shisui's reputation about being an OP user of the body an OP user of the body flicker, and there she was using it just like Shisui, and the Hokage really could see. The Hokage saw Tsuki using the body flicker really well, and he's like, she really is Shisui's the younger sibling, isn't she? And Naruto's like, impressive. but I don't think you can punch me yet. And Tsuki's like, what? And then he lets out the fire from his sorry, he lets out the fire from his left side, and because he only uses his right side, the ice, well, mostly because he likes the ice better, but he uses his left side, the fire, and blue flames appear from Naruto's from the whole, well, Naruto's whole body, because Naruto's actually feeling the repercussions of using so much ice. Because remember, if you use too much of your quirk, well, Todoroki used so much ice that his movements slow down, and Midoriya told him that if he doesn't use his right side, he's gonna lose, and in the end, he had to. Anywho, Naruto then said, "Alright then, I'm not gonna hold back either." And then basically Tsuki says, "Okay," and she says water style, and does a few, well, she does a few hand signs, hand seals, and says water style, water dragon jutsu. Yes, Tsuki has water release. If I didn't give her that last time, I'm sorry. This is I am giving her this. She has been training on her own as well a bit, in secret. Anywho, she says water style, water dragon jutsu. Remember, she did seal the scroll of sealing herself, and she's overpowered. Anyway, Naruto was really not expecting this, but then said, "Okay then." And remember, my right side has, yeah, my right side is Ice Tsuki, and basically Naruto clicked his fingers, and the whole ice dragon froze, and Naruto's like, nice sculpture. And then Tsuki's like, "You shouldn't take your attention away from me." And basically, she was about to kick Naruto, but then Naruto's like, "Oh, I didn't. I was just expecting you to kick me. But I guess you couldn't, since I know the flying Raijin, Tsuki." And then Tsuki's like, "Wait, what? When did you do this?" And Naruto's like, "I didn't do it. It was actually my ice. When I was actually freezing the whole area, I actually put a sealing formula on one of the pieces of ice, and I teleported. I was just waiting for the right moment. And just saying, you're about to lose." And Tsuki was like, "What do you mean?" And Naruto's like, "Look behind you." And then she looks behind her. She see another sealing formula on the ground, and Naruto appears there, and then tries to actually grab Tsuki, but he only skimmed her. But that was more than enough for Naruto to put a contract seal on her, a sealing formula. And Tsuki realized she lost the fight. Unless she's able to put Naruto in a genjutsu, she will lose. Naruto looks back and said, "You lose now, Tsuki." And Tsuki's like, "Oh really?" And looks Naruto right in the eyes, and Naruto says, "God damn it." And Naruto is under a genjutsu. Tsuki was about to win. She was about to be declared the winner, but then Naruto broke out. Naruto's mentality is much stronger than any other human because of all the things that he had to go through, and a simple genjutsu like that will not affect him at all. Remember, some people can be immune to genjutsu. Anywho, well, Jinchuriki mostly, because perfect Jinchuriki, and the only reason I'm allowing Naruto to get out is because of plot armor. Anywho, Naruto breaks out of his of the genjutsu Tsuki put on him and says, "You really thought you could beat me like that, Tsuki?" And Tsuki's like, "God damn it." And then Naruto teleports behind her, puts her to the ground, and has a kunai to her neck while one of her arms on the back of her, behind her. Anywho, Tsuki's on the ground and she's declared the loser. Well, Naruto's declared the winner. Let's not be rude. And yeah, Tsuki has become the winner now. Well, Tsuki has been disqualified. Well, not disqualified. She got beaten by Naruto, and she's not in the Chunin exams anymore. Even though she was hoping she could become a Chunin, she was not able to qualify for the finals. Anywho, the next few fights go similar, except for Sakura's one. Remember, Sakura and Ino have been training together. So, well, not together, have been training, even though they're not much stronger than the original. Tsuki actually did help Hinata train Sakura a bit more, and Sakura was gonna win, but she was not expecting an uppercut. It's just like Naruto did. Remember, in the Valley of the End, in the final fight, she did the same thing, which actually put both of them out of order, because, well, out of the fight, because not only did she uppercut her, but that was her last bit of energy, and They both fell down at the same time. Well, even though Ino was already on her knees, she just fell down to the ground fully. And it was declared a draw, so none of them went through. And then it was Sasuke's fight. Sasuke actually did much better than the original, even though in the original he did really well. He just finished it much quicker. Then the Hinata's fight was completely different too. Hinata is much stronger here, like, I mean, exponentially stronger, and she put up an amazing fight against Neji. Just that she was not strong enough to beat Neji, because Neji, remember, he has more experience, more fighting skills, and Hinata, and remember, Neji really didn't want to lose, and he actually used the 8 trigrams, the thing that he was holding back, and he was able to beat Hinata, even though she knows it too. She wasn't using it because she didn't know that. She thought that it would be unfair because she didn't know that Neji knew it, and she thought that he didn't. So she's that it's unfair if I know it and he doesn't. And she was being more modest, that she doesn't want to make Neji too jealous or anything. Like, you know what I mean. And Neji actually congratulates Hinata and helps her up, even though Naruto and Shino were actually about to get in, because remember, at first Neji, it was I'm going to beat you to a pulp, and Shino was already ready. Well, he was getting his bugs ready, and just saying, this will be a Hinata and Shino ship. I don't know why. Don't ask me anywho. And Naruto was just there because remember, Hinata is actually a really good friend to him, and she's his teammate. Anywho, Neji helps Hinata up and says, "I'm sorry for doing that, but I needed to win this one. I need to show." Well, I'm pretty sure. Does he call him father? Anywho, I need to show Hayashi. I'll just say Hayashi anyway. He needs to show Hinata's dad that he's not. Even the branch family can be strong. Anywho, Hinata's that I know, and thank you for the fight. And just saying, this fight has changed Neji's point of view about hard work, and he respects people who work hard, even though they're not prodigies. Remember, and his little speech of destiny really got contradicted because Hinata, he thought Hinata was destined. Well, her destiny was to be weak all the times and never be strong, but right there she had to push Neji to the limits, and she pushed Neji to use his trump card, the 64 palms, even though he will learn the rotation. They don't know the rotation yet, but Neji will learn it eventually anyway, well, before the finals. Then last but not least comes Lee's fight. Lee actually put up a much better fight because I'll say that Lee put up a much better fight here, because even though his fight was already amazing in the original, I still love that fight. Lee put up a much better fight. He never gave up until the end, and Gaara really had to try hard, even more than the original, and barely won. Because in the original he wasn't trying, and then once he let out his bloodlust, he really won. But here, even with his bloodlust, he was losing, and he was pushed to the limits because Lee was so strong. Lee was actually really close to unlocking the 7th. Well, I'm pretty sure he had the 5th gate. Lee was really close to unlocking the 6th gate, and if he did unlock the 6th gate, he was gonna win against Gaara. But anywho, Naruto, well, now since all the fights are finished, they announced the 1-month training, and Naruto is really intrigued by this because he wants to actually go and learn a few things from Danzo. He was gonna do it, but then Tsuki's like, "Hey Naruto, do you wanna train with me?" And Naruto's like, "Yeah, sure, who cares?" And just saying, Shino actually is in the finals as well. Remember, Shino was in the finals, and anywho, even Kankuro is in it. I'll say that Shino will be fighting Kankuro. No, let's not do that. Anywho, I'm joking. I'm not sure. I haven't really scripted that bit because I don't think we're gonna get into it. Anywho, Naruto and Tsuki, since Tsuki is not in the finals, she does not have to train with Kakashi, and Sasuke does since he is, and Sasuke is really jealous of Naruto because Naruto's way stronger than he is, and he wants to beat the hell out of him in the finals. So he's training extra hard. But while that was happening, Tsuki and Naruto were training together, and this time they weren't holding anything back. And then one day Tsuki decided that she really needed to train on her own because she wanted to develop this technique, and she doesn't want to show Naruto because this will be her the technique she will be using in their next fight. And Naruto's like, yeah, sure, I want to see you after I become a Chunin. Let's fight again, and if you win, I'll give you my title. And Tsuki's like, bet, and she goes off. And this was like after one day of training, and now Naruto's left alone. Naruto starts meditating because of the immense amount of chakra control that he needs to actually control the ice and the fire. Remember, even though you here, since it's the Narutoverse, Naruto, he still needs to control his chakra when using his Kekkei, well, his quirk. Even though they all call it Kekkei, he still needs to concentrate his chakra to use it. Anywho, Naruto is meditating the whole day until even until the next day. He hasn't eaten anything, and right before he wants to end his meditation, he actually taps into this form. Well, not form. It's not really a form. In his mind, he just taps into this place, and I wouldn't say tap. I'll say he unlocks this place in his mind, and it looks like a sewer. I'm pretty sure you all know where I'm going with this, because this is a revamp of the old What If, and a few things will stay similar because I don't want to make it completely different because I still like the plot of my old What If. Anywho, Naruto walks around this sewer looking place and he's confused on where he is. He has never seen this, and he knows it's not in real life because he knows he's meditating. This must be his mind, and it's his mindscape. Anywho, Naruto keeps walking, turns around. If anyone's behind him, he doesn't know what could be in his mind. Anywho, he keeps walking until he gets to this one turn where he turns to the left and right, and he takes a right, and then he actually comes in front of this massive cage. Naruto looks into the cage but sees nothing until a wide red eye. Does that make sense? I'm pretty sure it does. Anywho, a red eye opens wide, and Naruto's like, "Who are you?" Who? And then basically Naruto couldn't speak because he was scared. He could feel the bloodlust coming from this eye, from the creature inside this cage. Naruto asks, "Who are you, and why? What are you doing in my mind?" And then Kurama speaks, saying, "You really don't know, kid? Really? I was sure Danzo would have told you by now. Guess I wasn't paying too much attention." And then Naruto looks closer and then sees 9 tails waving around. Naruto was like, "Wait, what?" He wasn't too sure of what to say about this. He wasn't really sure who this was, and well, he knew who this was, but he wasn't sure why he was inside him. And then he's like, the 9 tails, what are you doing here? And Naruto has never been this scared since the age of 4, since the age of 5, because Danzo has trained him and he was scared of Danzo at the age of 4. Anyway, Naruto then, Kurama then says, "I am the 9-tailed fox, and I've been inside of you since you were born, Naruto Uzumaki. You should have known. That's why people hated you. And not only because of your hair, how you look, but because of me mostly. But I don't really care. Once you die, once you're about to die, I shall come out. I shall take control of you anyways. You're not that strong. Compared to me, you're nothing. Now go away or die." And Naruto says, "But who sealed you inside of me? I don't understand. But why me? Out of everyone, why me? What? just who did it and why? Then Kuroma's like, I won't tell you anything. We shall not speak further. Now go away, kid, or I'll kill you myself. And Naruto says, and then Naruto realizes that he's being too naive. He's being scared now, and he doesn't have many feelings anymore after joining the Anbu. So he doesn't. He composes himself and says, "You damned fox! Just tell me who you are. Why you're here, and who sealed you inside of me. I want to know." And then basically, Kuroma says, that was a change of attitude. Why are you so pissed now, brat?" And then Naruto says, "Listen, you're inside of me. You should be paying rent anyway. I don't understand why you're not answering my questions if you're living inside of me for free." And then Kuroma replies by, "Does it look like I want to live inside of you, you damn kid? You're weak anyways. You're not a worthy vessel. Even your mother was stronger than you." And then Naruto's like, "Wait, what? My mother? You knew my mother?" And basically Kuroma's like, "I spoke too much. Go away, kid. Leave me alone." And basically Naruto then started losing his cool and said, "You damn fox! Tell me already!" And basically then Kuroma let out all of his bloodlust, which actually literally shot up Naruto. He made him actually fall backwards. Literally, he was walking backwards out of fear, and then he fell down. And then basically he's like, and then Kuroma's like, "You feel this bloodlust? Yes, you do, right? This is all the bloodlust I've accumulated for all humans. This is how much I hate them. I will take over you. This hatred will take over you one day. You hate this village, don't you? You're just hiding from everyone. One day, I mean, yeah, one day, I shall take control of you and destroy this whole entire world. And then I will be free. You damned brat!" And basically this is when the link between them actually broke. Naruto woke up. He wasn't in his meditating pose. It wasn't really a pose. He was just cross-legged and just the sage toad thing, that he was doing something similar to that. Just imagine that. Anywho, his sage mode training, when he was on the board on top of the spikes. Just imagine that, how he was meditating like that. Anywho, Naruto's hands were on the ground. He was shaking. He was breathing heavily. He was sweating out of fear, and his fire and ice actually came out. They were on both sides. Some of it actually caught. Well, the fire actually sparked another fire onto the tree that he was next to, and then the ice was actually fighting back, and he was scared. Naruto was really scared, even though he's usually not scared. He is completely out of his mind right now. He's like, what? How is he? Why is he inside of me? And then basically Naruto at this point realizes why everyone hated him, and he's trying to compose himself, trying to go back to his normal self, but it's not working. He's still scared because what Kuroma said, it kind of left a scar in him. "I will control you one day. This hatred will take over you," because he knows himself that he kind of hates the villagers himself, but he wants to get rid of these feelings because he knows better. Naruto then says, "Let's get my mind off of this. Let's go have some ramen. I'm hungry anyway." So Naruto is walking down the village, and then he's getting looks, which this is what he feared the most, because he thought that people wouldn't look at him anymore like this, and now that he's noticing again, because he really didn't care, he wasn't paying too much attention to it, but now that Kuroma, the Nine Tails has mentioned it to him and mentioned how much he hates them, it's really bugging him now, and he really doesn't know what to do, because he doesn't want to hate them. It's not their fault. I mean, if even he knows that if that was him, he would have done it. Well, he would have kind of hated the Nine Tails too, especially because the Nine Tails actually destroyed a lot of the village, and a lot of people lost their lives, and most of the villagers lost a few people that were dear to them. Well, their loved ones. They lost their loved ones because of the Nine Tails, and he can understand why they hate him, because he would hate anyone who actually who killed Tsuki. Like, imagine Tsuki got killed, bro. He'd go for revenge. He'd murder them. He would he will torture them to death. Anywho, Naruto is walking down the village now. He he walks down and he bumps into someone who's Jiraiya. Of course, we have to have this in it. And Jiraiya actually noticed Naruto, and he's like, he must be Minato's and Kushina's son. I can see both of them in him. Minato's hair and Kushina's hair. He has both. Interesting. Looks pretty cool to me. And then he says, "Oh, who might you be?" And Naruto's like, Naruto Uzumaki. Why? And then Jiraiya. Remember, Naruto is still shy. Well, even though he's part of the army, he's still an introvert, just like he was as a kid. Anywho, yes, I'd rather have Naruto as an introvert right now. Anywho, Naruto then says, "Anyway, I gotta go. You can go back to your perving. Bye." And he was about to go, and then Jiraiya's like, "Wait, wanna learn this technique I know?" And Naruto's like, "Why? I'm strong enough. It's fine. Thank you. Bye." And he was about to walk away, but then Jiraiya's like, "Are you sure? I'm sure you've heard of the summoning jutsu." And this has been mentioned to Naruto by Danzo once, back in the days, even though he hasn't been mentioning it much these days, even though he does still do some army missions, not right now because of the tuning exams, but he heard of it. And Naruto's like, "There's no way you know the summoning jutsu. Who might you be?" And then Naruto realizes who this is, because Naruto knows who the legendary Sanin are: Orochimaru, Tsunade, and Jiraiya. He's seen a picture of them. That's why he didn't recognize Orochimaru in the Forest of Death, because Orochimaru was in a different body. Anywho, Naruto says, "Wait, you're Jiraiya, the Sage Toad, the Toad Sage, something, well, whatever." He's like, "You're one of the legendary Sanin Jiraiya. Wait, why are you here? I thought you're not in the village. I thought you work outside it." And basically, Jiraiya's like, "Oh, I've just come here to visit, and I see you, and I want to teach you." And Naruto's like, "But why me? There are a lot more skilled people than me. Why did you pick me out of all people?" And Jiraiya's like, "Oh, you remind me of my old student. That's why. Even though he didn't have the red hair, he only had white hair." And Naruto's like, "Really? There was..." And then he's like, "Wait, was it Kakashi Sensei?" Even though Kakashi is not his sensei, he still calls him Sensei. Anyway, and then Jiraiya's like, "Oh, no. It wasn't Kakashi. It was Kakashi's master." And Naruto's like, "Wait, really?" And this is Naruto actually fanboying over Jiraiya, because Jiraiya has always been his favorite legendary Sanin, even as a kid when he first learnt about them. And he's really interested by Jiraiya. Even though he's a perv, he doesn't really care, because Jiraiya is the strongest and the most interesting one, and he doesn't mind learning from him this time. And he's like, "Yeah, sure, I'll become your student." And then Jiraiya's like, "Why are you so enthusiastic, kid? I mean, I'm not against it, but you don't even know me that well." And Naruto's like, "You're my favorite legendary Sanin, and I've always been reading stories about you. I even read your books sometimes, but I can't read all of them. They're not all the right age. I'm not the right age for all of them." And then Jiraiya's like, "Oh, you'll get to that age one day." Anywho, I'm really honored for being your favorite, but let's get this straight. The only way you can become my student is if you can find me by the end of today." And Naruto's like, "Yeah, sure, but can I first have a handshake?" And this wasn't Naruto being a fanboy. Naruto understood that he'll have to find him, and it's not easy, especially because Jiraiya is a spy. He's a stealth ninja. It's impossible to find him unless you're a real skilled ninja. And Naruto kind of doubts himself. Remember, Naruto has weaknesses and strengths. Naruto's strengths are learning real quick and being strong-willed and everything, but he's his weaknesses are a thing. Being scared of failure, and he doesn't have too much self-esteem. Anywho, even though he's strong-willed, when he gets the hang of something, he does it, and he does it really well. Anywho, Naruto then handshakes him, and Jiraiya says, "All right, I'll give you until sunset. Now, see ya. And basically, Jiraiya body flickers away, and he's already using his stealth skills to hide because he knows that he did hear about Naruto being in the Anbu, and Anbu, especially not even the Anbu, the Root, and Root ninjas are extremely skilled. The S rank shinobi, even S rank Jonin shinobi, whatever ninjas, anywho. So Jiraiya has to be real careful. He cannot underestimate a Root ninja, anywho. Naruto then basically waits a bit. He actually goes to eat, and Jiraiya actually goes to where he was in the original because he knew Naruto wasn't gonna find him there. Well, even though eventually he would, and well, was he? Well, no, I'm not sure if he. No, wait, not in the nowhere he was hiding in the original. You know when Naruto was actually meditating, the tree there. Yeah, there were multiple trees there, so Jiraiya's just there. Anywho, Naruto has ramen, thanks Ichiraku, and then says anyway, time to go to him, and teleports in front of him. Jiraiya gets startled and falls off the tree branch, and he's like, how did you find me? And Naruto's like, if you look in your hand, the one that you're holding the book with, I'm not sure if you noticed, but it's really small, and there is a sealing formula there, and Jiraiya looks, he's like, wait, what? I didn't even notice this. And then looks at Naruto and realizes Naruto has that same exact smile that Minato had when Minato first actually was able to get a hit on him. And she's like, this is definitely Minato's son. There's no mistake about it. Anywho, Naruto says, when are we beginning our training? Then Jiraiya says, tomorrow morning, early, 7, no, let's make it 6 a.m. on point. Let's go. Anywho, Jiraiya then leaves, Naruto then leaves. Naruto actually heads back home, and yeah, so now that he's home, he can't wait for tomorrow. He goes sleep. Next morning, wakes up and goes to Jiraiya. Jiraiya was already there, waiting for him, even though it's early, and they begin the training. Now we will have a 2-week time skip. Naruto has fully mastered the summoning jutsu, the reverse summoning jutsu, and now Jiraiya says, only 2 weeks. Impressive, Naruto. How about we get into this? And Naruto now is learning the Rasengan. And we have another time skip. In 1 week, Naruto has actually, since he wasn't in a rush, but Naruto wanted to finish this, all his training before the Chunin exams, he actually finishes it in a week, and he actually begins his, Jiraiya and him begin their different Rasengan training. So basically, they're trying to add a chakra nature to it. Naruto is actually able to master one right before the finals. He was able to master the vanishing Rasengan, but he was not able to master the Winsara Shuriken, which Jiraiya mastered. Even though Naruto got the idea of it, Jiraiya mastered it before him, and Naruto is really intrigued by this technique, especially because even though you can't throw it, Jiraiya can, and Naruto really wants to learn how to throw it. Anywho, Jiraiya wishes him good luck and apologizes for not being able to go and watch him. He'll try, but it's pretty hard for him. He has work. Well, he doesn't have work. He has things to do, and Naruto says it's fine as long as I win. It's fine. When you come back, I'll be a tune-in by Jiraiya Sensei, and this time he doesn't call him Pervy Sage. It's actually Jiraiya Sensei, and Jiraiya really wants to tell him that who his parents were and that he is his godfather, but he cannot right now. Anywho, Naruto goes to the Chunin exam arena, walks in and looks at all the people. All of them are giving him bad looks, but Naruto just smiles back because he wants to prove wrong. He wants to prove the Nine-Tails Fox wrong, that he does not hate the villagers. He will love them until he dies. Anyway, Naruto's dream is still to become Hokage. Naruto then screams out, I know you will hate me and you think I'm gonna lose, but watch, I will win this one. And he basically puts a fist up in the air, and basically everyone boos him except for a few people. Like Tsuki says yeah, and then Shino and all his friends, and basically they contradict the villagers. Anywho, Naruto's fight begins. Of course, the Chunin exam finals start off with a banger fight. Naruto against Neji, and Naruto is ready to fight, and Neji's like, Naruto, I have heard that you've been training quite a bit, especially with during this 1 month, and he's like, but you're not the only one working hard now. Even I worked hard. I worked hard to get this strong, and I will not stop working hard, and I will show you that I can beat you. And basically, Naruto's like, best of luck, bro. And then the fight begins. Naruto begins by throwing a kunai, and Neji actually catches it, saying, no you don't, and throws it up in the air, because he knows Naruto's technique. He threw it up in the air so Naruto cannot, and then Naruto's like, god damn it, that's gonna come down in a bit. And Neji threw it really high in the air. He actually put a ton of chakra in his hand to throw it real high, and Naruto realizes that that's gonna come down in a long time. And then Naruto, as I said, Naruto will use it at his advantage, even though he's not really thinking of it now, but eventually he will. Anywho, Naruto basically then starts a taijutsu fight against Neji, who is a taijutsu specialist because of the Hyuga clan's gentle fist. Anywho, then remember, Naruto and Neji are two taijutsu specialists as well. Naruto is as well, because he's been training for years in taijutsu, all types of ninjutsu, taijutsu, and whatever, genjutsu. Anywho, Naruto's putting up an amazing fight against Neji, and then Neji decides that he's had enough of it and says, Naruto, this will be the finisher. And then basically Naruto's like, what do you mean? And Naruto gets out of kunai and tries to actually cut Neji, but then Neji uses the palm rotation, which Naruto really wasn't expecting. And then Neji combos it because Naruto wasn't able to get his equilibrium back. I'm joking. He wasn't able to stabilize. He wasn't able to stabilize himself fast enough to actually dodge Neji's attack. So Naruto got hit by the 128 palms. Yes, Neji has been training that hard. He's even learned the 128 palms. Naruto really, and just saying, this taijutsu fight has been going for not hours, for minutes, at least 6-7 minutes. And this is when Naruto was like midway of getting 128 palms, so Neji was only 64 palms, and this is when the kunai actually fell back down. He stabbed the ground, and Naruto took this opportunity to say, Neji, you will lose now. And Neji said, what do you mean? Neji didn't really reply. In his mind, he said, what does he mean? And then Naruto disappears and goes to his kunai with the Rasengan ready, and then he throws it. His Rasengan vanishes, and this actually made the Hokage stand up from his seat. Same as many Jonin who have worked with the fourth Hokage, even the fourth Hokage's guards, even the proctor for this exam, they all stood up. This like, wait, what? And then Naruto threw it, which they was expecting at all. And Neji looks at Naruto and sees the Rasengan coming towards him, but then disappears. And everyone's like, what? Wait, what? Did Naruto fail? And then the Hokage is like, is that what Minato was trying to do? Did Naruto get closer to finishing the Rasengan? And then, out of nowhere, Neji's like, you lose, Naruto. And runs up to him, but then gets hit right in the chest and gets blown back. And then Neji's out of the fight, and he's actually not able to move because he's paralyzed. And Naruto says, that wasn't a normal Rasengan, Neji. A Rasengan is a that was a Rasengan with lightning release. And everyone's hearing this. Is that this Rasengan can vanish, as you can see. If I throw it at this wall, and then he vanishes it, and then wait for it, and Naruto clicks his fingers, and there was a crater in the wall, and everyone's confused on what happened. And then Naruto explains, this is a vanishing Rasengan. Anywho, Neji, good fight. And he helps Neji up and takes him to the sides, to the stands, and they shake hands and everything. But now it's Sasuke's fight. Sasuke's not here yet, so it's prolonged to the last fight. Remember, the feudal lords are there just for Sasuke because they want to see the last surviving Uchiha fight. Anywho, then the next fight, it will be Shino and against the Sound Ninja, who hasn't died. And well, I'm joking, he has died. Of course he'll die, he's irrelevant, he doesn't need to survive. Anyway, I'm joking. That was kind of rude, but he's really irrelevant for this story. Anyway, then it's Shikamaru against Temari. Temari wins. Well, I mean, Shikamaru and Temari have a good fight, and Shikamaru actually wins a lot easier, a lot faster, I mean, because he's actually learnt a few techniques from his father. It's called the Shadow Stitching Jutsu, which Shikamaru actually took this 1 month training really seriously, because he did promise Naruto that he'll face him in the finals, and right before they went off for the 1 month, and Neji won easily and said, good fight though, and walks back, and Temari's like, she didn't completely finish me off, and he just let me go, but I'm paralyzed. This guy is stronger than how much he looks. And just saying, the Temari, I don't fucking know the name. Anywho, Shikamaru and Temari will get shipped. Anywho, then Naruto is like, where's Sasuke? And Tsuki's, I'm not sure. And then, as soon as Sasuke was about to get disqualified, he appeared with Kakashi, and everyone was cheering on Sasuke, and then Gaara came down. And Gaara actually trained in this 1 month. He thought he could win, but after seeing Lee fight, after Sasuke saw Lee fight, and Naruto being that strong against Suki, and Suki had standing pretty much no chance, because Naruto wasn't even tryharding, because he never really used his full power. Because remember, Naruto didn't even use his half hot and half cold yet. He was actually saving it for the finals, because not many villagers know about this technique that he has, this Kekkei, but he was saving it. And then basically what happens is that Sasuke actually fights off Gaara pretty good, and then he actually uses the Chidori, and then does a fireball jutsu and absorbs the fireball with this Chidori, becomes red, and he actually broke the sand, the ultimate defense, and Gaara got pissed and actually slapped him away with the Shukaku arm, and he was actually about to kill him until Naruto basically said, no you don't. And basically what he did is that he made an ice pathway where a ton of ice, an ice wall actually surrounded Sasuke that was impenetrable, and Gaara actually tried to slap through it, but it wasn't working. And then everyone was put under Genjutsu after being dumbfounded by what Naruto just did. And then Tsuki's like, wait, what? And then they all realized that people were being put under Genjutsu, and then they see the Hokage, and then Naruto's like, no, I can't let this happen. And then basically he actually throws a shuriken, and he actually lands next to the Hokage when the Hokage wasn't no one really noticed it because Orochimaru showed himself, and the attack on the Leaf Village began. Of course, Naruto wasn't expecting this, but he was immune to Genjutsu, remember, especially because this was actually weaker than Tsuki's. And then Gaara was taken away by the Sand siblings, and when he jumped, Sasuke saw, and basically Sasuke actually used the Chidori to Chidori his way through, and he actually put a ton of chakra in, and he's like, damn, Naruto, I could have won that. And he didn't know that Gaara was about to literally impale him with his Shukaku arm, and basically he went after Gaara, and so then Naruto stopped Sasuke, and basically he left a clone when Kakashi still gave them the mission. Even Sakura's there, so Sakura, Tsuki, Naruto, and Shikamaru are gone. Shino is actually following them stealthily, because of course Conqueror and Temari will get in the way. And so now a bit of the attack goes a bit similar. Of course, Naruto's clone, what happened is that he teleported to the Hokage when the Hokage was in trouble, and started fighting Orochimaru with the third Hokage, and Orochimaru was completely dumbfounded because he was not expecting Naruto to come out of nowhere, and Naruto actually, when he teleported, he actually froze the first Hokage, because he knew that the first Hokage was actually one of the strongest shinobi ever. He was considered as the god of shinobi, so he froze the first Hokage completely, and actually added a sealing formula that he learned from Jiraiya, and sealed away the first Hokage. Yes, Naruto can do that, right? And like, you know how the sealing ninjas did it in the Naruto War arc. Yeah, it was some kind of seal like that on the iceberg that he created. And the other one, no, the second Hokage, Tobirama, was frozen. Well, he wasn't frozen. He was actually burnt, and basically Tobirama tried to fight back with his water, but the fire was way too strong and actually engulfed him, and Naruto's fire actually had a sealing formula added to it, so the second Hokage could never regenerate himself. Anywho, then Naruto said, "Now it's just you, Orochimaru. You must have been the one who attacked Tsuki and Sasuke. I won't forgive you for that." And basically then Naruto and the third Hokage tag teamed Orochimaru, and then Orochimaru had to escape. And while that was happening, while the actual fight was going on, because and Naruto, Shikamaru actually, sorry, they were actually getting followed. So Naruto actually did an ice, he actually did an ice wall, and then basically created fire around it, where if anyone tried to break the wall, they would get burnt, and the shinobi that was following them actually got killed by the fire. And then basically Kankuro appeared, which then Shino took care of, and then more shinobi came out of nowhere from each side, which Shikamaru said, "I'll take care of this," and Naruto's like, "Alright, thank you, Shikamaru." And then Temari appeared, which then Temari actually got healed up a bit, and then Tsuki was like, "Alright, Naruto, Sakura, you two go ahead, I'll take care of this." And Naruto's like, "Are you sure, Tsuki? Just don't get hurt. Don't get hurt, please." And basically Tsuki's like, "Don't worry, I'm not that weak, I've been training too." And Tsuki has been developing a new technique. Remember, Tsuki actually learned the Chidori as well, the Plama, anyway. Naruto went with Sakura, and then they came to see Sasuke getting crushed. Well, not really crushed, like destroyed by the Shikaku, half Shikaku, half Gaara. And Sasuke was in his curse mark for one state, and then basically he fainted. Sakura went to help him, but then was actually getting crushed by Gaara's hand, which pissed off Naruto. And Naruto basically, what he did, he made 2 clones and said, "Alright, I'll distract Gaara, you two take the others and put them somewhere else, take them somewhere else." And Naruto actually distracted Gaara enough and actually kicked him pretty hard to actually blow him back. And he let go of Sakura, and then basically his 2 clones took them away and put them somewhere safe. So now they poofed, and Naruto got the information back, and this actually told Naruto it actually helped Naruto understand the secret of the shadow clones, and he's like, "This will be interesting." So shadow clones can, once they disappear, I'll get the information. Interesting. Alright. Anyway, I need to fight Gaara. And Naruto is actually putting up an amazing fight with this half hot and half cold. And he actually was beating Gaara pretty easily, until Gaara went all out and he let Shikaku out. Full Shikaku and Gaara on top of him really destroyed Naruto, even with half hot and half cold. Also because Naruto got hit by the 128 palms, not fully, but 64 palms actually did quite pretty much stop most of his chakra points. And yeah, so Naruto is kinda out chakra, and he wanted to use his last bit of chakra to actually summon Gamabunta, because that's the only way he could beat such a big ass beast. Even though he tried to freeze it, it wasn't working because Shikaku was way too strong. Anywho, Gamabunta actually told Naruto, he was fighting Shikaku, and told Naruto that it's impossible to beat him unless Naruto can pull out a transformation jutsu that can transform him into something with claws, because his Toad cannot hold on to something because of the slippery hands. I'm not sure if they're hands. I'm not sure what they're called anyway. Naruto then said, "All right, I think I know something that I can transform, a beast that I can transform you into." And then basically Naruto transforms him into the Nine Tails and beats him by. Well, in the end, he headbutts Gaara by giving him Itaku no Jutsu, and Gaara realizes that Naruto has gone through the same exact pain and even more. And now, basically, Gaara and Naruto are friends and they fall to the ground. And then Tsuki arrives after seeing the commotion. Well, she saw two massive beasts, and then the Nine Tails actually appearing, and she got really scared because she didn't know Naruto had the Nine Tails. She still doesn't know, and Naruto's there. She saw Naruto on the floor, and and plus. She realized it was a transformation because she saw a massive toad before, and then there was a massive smoke cloud, and then he became a Nine Tails. What the hell? She was like, what? Anywho, then basically the Hokage actually appeared because the clone was actually telling him that Naruto, well, the original, actually went after Sasuke, and a few Jonins came and they found Sasuke and Sakura. Then they found Shikamaru, who was actually out of chakra on the ground, then Shino, who was actually poisoned, and then Kankuro and Temari, who were actually beaten, and Tsuki actually came back with a lot of scars because Temari actually went all out, and she was actually a really strong shinobi, even compared to Tsuki, even though Tsuki is a literally Jonin level right now, well, low-tier Jonin level, and Naruto is a S-rank shinobi, 100%. Anywho, there will be no funeral, but the Hokage realizes that he's getting old, so he actually asked Jiraiya to become the 5th, but Jiraiya declined, even though it's his master's wish. Jiraiya said that you know yourself that there is someone more qualified than me, and he reasons that even if she is more qualified than you, there's no way she will come back. And Jiraiya's like, I'll take Naruto with me, and I'll bring her back, no matter what. Don't worry, Sensei. I'll bring Tsunade back to the village. And while that was happening, Naruto was actually in the hospital, and Tsuki was actually taking care of him. Well, as a nurse, and you know, Naruto, yeah, he's getting his little reward. Anywho, Tsuki was cutting him an apple until Jiraiya barged in and said, Naruto, we shall go and find the 5th Hokage. And Naruto's like, wait, what? And then explains everything, and then he sees Tsuki and says, oh, are you Naruto's girlfriend? And Naruto's like, shut up, man. And Tsuki blushed, and anywho, the anime thing in here, that we need to add it in, because it's a romance. I'm joking. Anywho, Naruto shouted at Jiraiya for not accepting the 5th Hokage spot, but while that was happening, a few Jonins were actually fighting against Itachi Uchiha, and Itachi actually put Kakashi in the Genjutsu, you know, the Tsukiyomi, and then a guy appeared and saved him, well, saved pretty much all the Jonin that were there, because they were about to get killed, fam. If Guy wasn't there, I'm pretty sure they would have got killed, because Guy is stronger than Kisame in 7 gates, and if push came to shove, he would have he would have opened the 8th gate of death, and actually, because he would give his life up for the village. Remember, he was about to give his life up for the whole Shinobi Alliance. I'm pretty sure he would give up his life for the Leaf Village as well. Anywho, this got to Naruto and Jiraiya said, and then they were told that the Genjutsu was so strong that it cannot be taken. Well, it cannot be cured. They can't wake up. Well, the Genjutsu was so strong that Kakashi was put in a coma, and no medical ninja could heal him. But there's still one hope, and Jiraiya's like, I got you, village. I'll bring back Tsunade. She's our only hope right now. Because remember, after the attack, the Leaf actually lost a lot of military power, even though they were actually weak on military power after the 4th Hokage died. Now they got attacked again. Anywho, Gaara said goodbye to Naruto and said, I'll see you again, my friend. And Naruto said, have a nice trip, have a safe trip. And then a few days later, Naruto left for his little trip, and Tsuki wanted to come, but she had to train. She has to train hard enough to get to Naruto's level, because Naruto was promoted to a Chunin, same as even though Tsuki was promoted to a Chunin, same as Shino. So basically, Shino, Shikamaru, Naruto and Tsuki were promoted into Chunin. Sasuke didn't because he was stupid enough to actually follow Gaara. But since Naruto, Shikamaru, Shino, and Tsuki made the right decisions, they actually became Chunin. Because anywho, and plus Naruto actually fought back reanimated the first and second Hokage and sealed them away faster than the third Hokage could even start a fight against them. Remember, the third Hokage had to use the Reaper Death Seal because he didn't have many sealing techniques that could help him, except for that one. And plus, he had to seal away Orochimaru because that was a surefire way to win the fight. Anywho, Naruto sealed them away easily, and he fought back Orochimaru twice now. Because apparently, the snake that he fought back last time was Orochimaru again. Orochimaru tried to run away, and because he was too scared of Naruto. Anywho, I've already recorded for an hour. I hope you all. This is where I'm gonna end it off. I hope you all enjoyed it. Some people were saying that even since Naruto is not in Team 7 with Tsuki and Sasuke, now that it's Tsuki, Sasuke, and Sakura, the story is not about Naruto anymore. But you're wrong. This story is full of all about Naruto. You see, this whole part was basically about Naruto. Anywho, I hate haters. Anywho, I kind of get demoralized by them, but I'm going to persevere. I'm trying to. It's just that there was this one comment, yeah, like it said, "Oh, we all know how the story is gonna go if you and basically we all know how's this gonna happen." And I'm like, all right, then I'll choose the one that you guys didn't want. So I chose the one that you guys didn't want, and two people were like, "Oh, he doesn't listen to his fans," but his ways, it's fine by me. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please take care, stay safe. This was King of Weebs there. Please subscribe to Ratreet and Miniman123. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Join my Discord server. All links in the description below. And also follow Shakiro, an amazing artist, on Instagram. And peace. Damn motorcycle. Hey guys. I hope you all have. I hope you all are enjoying your summer vacation, summer holidays, whatever you guys call it. And this was King of Weebs there. Have a nice day, morning, night, evening, whatever, afternoon, and stay safe. Peace.